LED strips have started to become a mainstream lighting application among our day-to-day lighting requirements and has become the go-to passive lighting application in residential sectors, offices, marriage halls, multiplex halls, and much more. And so, with so much scope, scalability, investment is a big factor that you need to consider before you make the purchase of your strips. And so in this video, I'll try to explain why purchase of LED strips from a manufacturer like us can be advantageous to you, the benefits that come with it, and why we are certainly better than what you get in the market. Now, if you take the big brands and the big players in the market, you will notice that for 120 LEDs per meter, they will give a standard output of 12 watts, and for 240 LEDs per meter, they will give you a standard output for 20 watts. Now, this 12 watt and this 20 watt cannot be altered. Now, let's say that you are building a new house and all the false ceiling work is done, and now you want to include passive lighting as strips. Now, let's say that you are going with a 120 per meter LED strip. As per market standards, you will get an output of only 12 watts. Now, you feel that 12 watts is too bright and you want something more subtle and more pleasant to the eye. Now, that is where we, as lighting manufacturers, step in. We give you a variety of options ranging from 6 watts right up to 18 watts for the same 120 LEDs per meter. So that's pretty much a big customization when it comes to flexibility and adaptability. Now, the same applies to 240 LEDs per meter. So depending on how subtle or how bright you want your strips to be, you get a customized version of what you ask for, something that is not available with the standard suppliers in the market. Along with strips, profiles in which strips are inserted is also a relevant feature used for multiple applications in present times. Now, while using profiles, you might have seen that there might be dark spots visible from the acrylic of the profile in many cases. Now, that happens because of something called pitching. Basically, a pitch is the distance between two LEDs in a strip.
Dark spots usually occur when the pitching between two LEDs is more. Now let's take a profile which has a depth of around 7 mm. Now the maximum amount of wattage this profile can take is about 10 to 12 watts. Now when you use a 120 per meter LED strip in which the pitch is more and the height of the profile is less, you see dark spots between the pitches. The solution to this problem is to reduce the pitch while maintaining the same 10 to 12 watt output. Now since we are a manufacturer, we're the only ones in the market to use a 240 LED per meter strip, drive it at the required 10 to 12 watt output range, but at the same time reducing the pitch to eliminate dark spots.
Now, as you all know, strips are subject to applications where the edges are sharp. Now, while flexible PCBs might be the solution to this problem, there's still another big problem to solve. Now, let's take a profile of length X and let's take a 240 LEDs per meter strip. Now, if the length of the strip is larger than the profile, cutting it appropriately is the solution. But if the length of the strip is lesser than the profile, there arises a dark patch on the edge of the profile, which might look unprofessional. While 3 cuts act as too much and surpass the length of the profile, you need something to accommodate that space. And the solution? Single cut LEDs. We are proud to say that we have come up with a solution to this unique problem with a single cut PCB. As in, if this problem arises, we take the single cut LED strip which can be placed specifically on the corner of a profile. We match it with the color temperature of the strip that has already been placed on the profile, and hence there is no dark spots on the edges. Another example on why you should go to us is our mix and matching capabilities. Now, if you take the market and if you take a branded supplier, most often you will see that you will be provided with one LED chip option and one LED driver option. Now this limits your customization choices massively. Now since we are an LED manufacturer, we partner with a bunch of LED chip suppliers and driver suppliers. So are you on a budget? Do you require something of a reasonable price? We got you covered. Now are you looking for something where the budget's not really a problem, you just want the most fancy option in the market? We got you covered too. So since we have multiple partnerships and multiple tie-ups, we act as a one-size-fits-all solution to all your problems. So those were the key specific points on why we might seem as a better option when it comes to LED strips. Do check out our other YouTube videos that talk about niche and specific applications. I'll link some of the videos above, and feel free to get in touch with us. Thank you.